Hello everyone. Today we will going to discuss about Bruner concept attainment model. In school we learn about many concepts. That's why this is a very important model. By this concept attainment model, we have to make sure that student understood the concept what we going to teach. This concept attainment model is given by Jerome Bruner. Bruner was a psychologist who studied the way we think. His book, A Study of Thinking, was published in 1956, and in it, along with his co author, he described the process of concept attainment. Now, theoretical background of this concept attainment model. According to Bruner, generalization and categorization are two mental tendencies which helps people to form concept. Now what is generalization? Generalization means finding out similarities among different objects. For example, if we take a child and if we show him a moon in the sky, even the small child, he will identify that it is moon in the next day, even after a month. Even the size of the moon changes every day. But still he can identify because he is generalizing what is moon. In the same way, even a small child he can differentiate or he can categorize between other things. Like he identifies his mother with other family members. He identifies that our family members are different from strangers. That means the generalization and differentiation, these are two mental tendencies we are right from the beginning. In concept attainment model, Bruner uses these two mental tendencies of human being. Now let us discuss about concept attainment model. We are human being and naturally we try to group the things by using generalization and categorization for making the things easier. For example, when we started learning about food, what we do? We will start that this food we are getting from plants and this food we are getting from animals. So we tend to group and it happens naturally because this is the easiest way that we can understand the things which are happening around us in this complex world. So, in this concept attainment model, the main activity of teacher gives different examples or pictures to the students and asks the students to compare and contrast the examples that contain a particular attribute. For example, if we show them this picture or symbol and ask them that what do you think that what we are going to talk about, they have different things in their mind, but most probably they realize that we are going to talk about weather. But all students may not be able to think the concept of weather. For that, teachers show some additional pictures to them to encourage their critical thinking. For example, if we show some pictures like this storm, this rains, this sunny weather, this cold weather, they can easily find the similarities among the pictures with the previous picture. Then if we ask them that are the pictures of storm, the rain, the sunny day, the cold is related to weather, their answer will be yes. Now if we show another picture like this and ask them is it related to weather, they can easily differentiate and their answer will be no. That means here yes no type of images are shown so that students are able to understand the concept. Now, it is a concept attainment model, so we have to know about what is concept, more about concept. There are four basic elements of concept. These are attributes value, example, and finally name and definition. Let us discuss one by one. Firstly, attribute. Every object or event has many attributes. For example, if we take animals have different shapes, different colors, they have limbs, or they have specific food habits, they live in different habitats, they have different life processes, etc. So, for specific concept, we have to consider specific attributes. Like if we take herbivorous animals are an organism that only eats plants. So there we just concentrate about their food habits. Now if we take example of land animals, for that we concentrate on their living habitat. So we can say that attributes are just the characteristics and which specific characteristics we are taken into consideration that may be different from concept to concept. Now, beside attributes, there are attributes value. Attributes value are the acceptable range of that particular attribute. If we consider here dogs they have differences in size, but there is acceptable range of that attribute. Dogs are not as small as squirrel and not as big as cows. That means there is acceptable range. This acceptable range is called attribute value. Now, example or definition. There are many essential attributes which makes an example essential and which makes a proper definition of the concept. For example, dogs have many attributes, but barking is an essential attribute which makes dog different from cat, fox, etc. But having four legs is a non-essential attribute because many animals has four legs. This type of attributes makes non-examples. So here the model name is concept attainment model. So what is this attainment? Attainment means finding out essential attributes of the concept which differentiate examples from non-examples. Now, every model has different elements. So, what are the elements of concept attainment model? First element of this concept attainment model is focus. To draw a general conclusion by looking at examples to form a particular concept. For example, when we teach about weather and climate, we will show them different pictures like storm, cloudy day, sunny day, rain, snowfall, etc. From these pictures, students will be able to gather a general conclusion that what about the teacher are going to teach. They can relate the pictures with their everyday life. The main focus of a teacher will be that every student get the general conclusion about the concept. Now second element is syntax. Syntax means the steps that we will follow. There are 3 phases. Phase 1, presentation of data and identification of concept. First of all, we are going to present the data or example or pictures in front of students and ask them to identify the concept. For example, we will show some pictures of animals or different places or many other things. From that, students will be able to identify the concept. Phase 2 is testing the attainment of concept. In this phase, teacher will show some additional pictures and find that are everyone able to get the concept or not. Are they able to differentiate the different attributes value among the pictures or not? Now phase 3, analysis of thinking strategies. In this phase, teacher will analyze the different thinking strategies of the students. For example, if we show a picture of polar bear and ask them why polar bear lives in a snowy mountain, they will gather different thinking in their mind. They maybe say that polar bear is white in color and the snow is also white in color. For that reason, they lives in snowy mountain. Someone else maybe say that its name is polar, so it live in polar region. So like that, they will come up with different strategies and teacher will encourage them to achieve the final goal of the concept. Now third element is principle of reaction. This element is concerned with the teacher reaction to the student's response. In a class, there are many students and their mental ability are not same and they are come with different strategies. So teacher supports students in formation of hypothesis and reacts to every hypothesis, both confirmed and rejected, and also explains to them the merits of all their hypotheses with more examples and wishes to develop analytical thinking in whole class. Now fourth element is social system. Teacher provides positive and negative examples, additional examples, encourages correct responses, reinforces the concepts, discuss the hypothesis of the student's response. So the structure of classroom is socially well structured. Now fifth element is support system. Teachers should be careful to choose the aids, examples which support the concept well and students should easily attain the concepts. For example, if we teach about the habitats of animals and we show pictures of land, pond, sea, mountain, they are not easily understand the concept. So for selecting the aids and examples, teachers should be more careful that these examples support the concept well and students are easily understand about the concept. So these are the 5 elements of the concept attainment model that teacher must be possess for effective teaching learning process. And this teaching learning process, this model, concept attainment model, helps students for encourage their mental tendencies.